Why I don't mend bridges I didn't burn. License a angel like consulting studio. A primary reason I'm not mending bridges I didn't burn is rooted in loyalty, respect, and honor to the ancestors. My lineage fought with everything they had so that I could eventually wake up, see through the illusions, and bring justice to a bloodline that has been preyed upon for generations. To mend a bridge with a bully or a tyrant is to spit on the struggle of those who came before me. What I have endured and what my ancestors endured will never be in vain. The highest form of honor I can offer them is to protect the victory they helped me achieve. I honor their fight by controlling the one thing I have total authority over: myself.
Protecting the assets, I have put in the work. I have bled, sweated and sat in the dark to heal the wounds caused by these titty baby tyrants and narcissistic man children.
My healing is a high value investment. I would never risk the peace I've built on people who were the original source of the trauma. The forgiveness paradox. I forgive all, but not for their benefit. I forgive because of the love and respect I have for myself. I forgive them back to themselves. I am not carrying your burdens, your guilt, or your karmic debt. You own your energy. I own mine.
Solidly, I accept people for exactly who they are. If you operate without character, principles, codes, or morals, then you don't stand for anything, you energy.
Not solid enough to exist in a sovereign space.
Yeah. I recognize that your actions weren't mistakes.
A mistake is an accident. Evil is a choice. You did evil because you enjoy being evil. Your allegiance is with the darkness. And while I don't judge your right to choose that path, I recognize the consequence. God's enemies are enemies of me. IV the taxonomy of the parasite. Let us be a horn about the frequency of the ox. We are dealing with energy vampires and parasites. Those who can only live by siphoning light from others. Backstabbers and gold diggers. Those whose loyalty is for sale to the highest bidder. Liars and scammers with the emotional maturity of a spoiled 4-year-old. These individuals play both sides and betray the very people who show them love. They are not misunderstood. They are malicious. Their presence is a spiritual contaminant that I am no longer willing to filter. The gates are closed. The bridges that were burned were set on fire by the hands of those who couldn't handle the heat of the truth. I will not cross the ash to find you. I control who I let in my life, and the gate is now locked. I am standing in my light, honored by my ancestors and secured by my own discipline. To the solid ones who don't need a bribe to stay loyal.
take full responsibility. Stop waiting for rescue, luck, or the right time. Your life changes the moment you own it, completely and without excuses. Cut the noise, limit distractions, opinions, and unnecessary input. Clarity comes when your mind is not overcrowded. Be disciplined over mood. You won't always feel motivated. Show up anyway. Small, consistent actions, quiet, rebuild your life. For clean your environment, your space reflects your mind. Declutter your room, organize your surroundings. Order outside creates calm inside. Your routine, wake up on time, move your body better, sleep properly. A strong routine stabilizes everything else. Six, face your thoughts, stop running from yourself. Sit in silence, observe your mind and understand your patterns. Awareness is the beginning of change. Simple goals, don't overwhelm yourself with everything at once. Focus on the next right step. Progress is built one action at a time. Protect your energy, distance yourself from negativity, even if it means being alone. Solitude is not loneliness, it's where you rebuild strength. You don't need a crowd to fix your life. You need clarity, discipline, and honesty with yourself. Because the moment you stop depending on others, you become unstoppable. You aren't crazy. Your reality is valid. Your truth is real. Don't let the public performance make you doubt your private survival. I'm sending you so much love and light today. Keep fighting for your peace, because there is always hope, and your healing is so incredibly worth the fight. Pantaga, 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 Pantaga. Oh, not stop because you haven't done enough healing. You're stuck because something stone isn't changing them, because the root isn't always in this lifetime. It's in the deeper wiring, the unconscious, the inherited, the unseen. And when that missing link is revealed, everything shifts. New patterns stop repeating because the root has been cleared. Fool, you feel lighter, clearer, and back in your own energy. Decisions becomes obvious instead of confusing. You stop forcing and start naturally aligning your external reality to instant match what you know internally. You access the version of you that isn't held back anymore. You can be right, or you can be connected. You rarely get both. We hold on so tightly to being right, to our opinions, our perspective, our way of seeing things, because it feels like control. But look at what it costs. Distance, disconnection, silence, where there could be understanding. Love has something different. Not that you're wrong, but that you're willing to let go of needing to be right. And in that letting go, something opens, not because you lost, but because you chose connection instead. Not that you're wrong, not that you're charged, not that you're people.
Who we had to become. I want to talk about something that doesn't get named correctly very often. Something that happens to survivors of narcissistic and coercive control abuse that looks like damage from the outside, but is actually something else entirely. It's called being a dark empath, and I consider myself one. Here's what that means, not the clinical definition, but the lived one. When you survive a narcissist, you don't come out the same. You can't. You spent years inside a system designed to manipulate, control, and reshape you. And in order to survive that system, in order to find the exits, to understand what was happening, to protect yourself, you had to learn it, you had to decode it, you had to understand the tactics from the inside. That knowledge doesn't leave when you do. Now I can see it coming before it fully forms. I can read patterns in people that most others miss entirely. I can feel the shift in a room, the consideration behind a kindness, the architecture of a manipulation before the first brick is laid. That sounds like a gift, and it is, but it comes with a cost.
protection can look from the outside like coldness, like guardedness, like a character flaw.
It isn't. Here is the distinction that matters. The one that separates a dark empath from a narcissist, even though we've learned some of the same things. The narcissist uses what they see to control and harm. The dark empath uses what they see to protect and survive. Same vision, entirely different intention.
I am not who I was before. I will not pretend to be what I became in order to survive. Is not something to apologize for. It is something to understand.